Somebody let me know if you feel like you're being tortured, I'll continue to read.
I think you're picking good ones.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
Probably
I think the cat was
compile them.
Yeah, the cat was saying so.
You should compile everything you're reading tonight into one book. Like a,
Well,
What do you think?
it's too
Best hits.
I know, but
Yeah.
Best
and then
hits
with the
collection.
date.
Oh, you
But
mean
there's
like
so
a,
many in between here that I
You know?
just, that are so fucking good you wouldn't believe it.
I'm an avid reader of it. I know you
Alright,
were.
where am I?
I think it just after a half hour.
Okay.
It's called Church. As a kid, as an older boy, I found it magical, fascinating, mysterious. Vaulted ceilings, marble floors, stained glass images in every window, on every wall, wrought iron gates in front of thick, solid wood doors, a stone wall around this intimidating stone building, with sky-high spires, high priest garbed in silk and jewels, chanting Latin prayers. Turn to the next page to find out if it's over. No. Incense smoking, candles burning, I didn't understand a single thing they were saying. Since then, I've yearned to be inside a church like that and find something, anything, to feel comforted. But the other day, a single teardrop fell from a single leaf, from a single branch, from a single tree, and that tear landed gently on my forehead, leaving me feeling entirely fulfilled. Where's the fucking applause now?
Wait for the time. Wait for the 10th page. Sorry about that.
It's more personal.
You're welcome.
We're trying to relate.
Where am I?
There's fireworks going on.
Yeah.
Is that part of the reading?
Yeah, it's red dome.
And they're aiming at the house.
So I said either that or it's red dome. I'm ready.
Alright. It's called Stolen Voices. I hear them whispering at dusk, just before the sun sinks into the horizon. They plead for help, to be returned to rightful owners, rendered mute by the despicable thievery, to be reconnected to their natural histories. Is there some fucking holiday going on?
It's weird. I mean, it's an interval.
It's a Saturday night.
Yeah,
It's a regular interval.
It's Jim.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Dear,
There you go.
dear,
Choose
dear
first.
Caesar.
2013. All here. Where am I? Okay. I heard them whispering at dusk just before the sun sinks into the horizon. They plead for help to be returned to rightful owners, rendered mute by this despicable thievery, to be reconnected to their natural histories. They are distant, stuffed in a sack of aimless wandering, the hills and deserts of the Badlands, where scavengers hunt for carrion, lost souls, and stolen voices, who curse their captors, to choke on dust and die of thirst. All right, keep it the fuck down, would you?
That wasn't a happy moment.
We got a crick in the house. And having Alright, this called, This Old School. This old school was cool. This old school was copacetic. 1958 with a mix of the influence of the Beats, jazz, Ray Charles, getting ready to launch into my anthem. What did I say? Sartorial influence of Peter Gunn, the introduction of Irresistible You by Bobby Peterson. Hopefully none of you know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right.
Sadly, I do.
We walked a different walk. We talked a different talk. We danced a different dance. We had soul. We all had soul in our persons and possession, leading in the direction of a deep inspection of the universal soul. And what's this shit about back in the day? Cut it out. Like the jive-ass cancer that it is. Fucking back in the day shit. I'm still trying to figure out who started that.
Okay, it was me.
I mean, it was like all of a sudden it was there. 94. It's almost like, you know that song? There was a song about oldies when we were still in high school. What the fuck's going on? I'm still in school. All right, 94. Only a few left. Okay, 194. Kid. When I was a kid, my dad took me to Connie Mack Stadium, just off North Broad Street, to watch the Phillies play. It was in the 50s, and the Phillies were the remnants of the Whiz Kids from 1950. Richie Ashburn, Kurt Simmons, Stan McCallum, Del Ant, and Robin Ryan. And the rest of the guys passed their prime, won some, lost some, but they were the Phillies playing at Connie Mack Stadium, where the seats were so good, you could see the players' faces. Hot dogs cost 10 cents, soda cost a nickel, and the players' salaries were in the 5-digit range.
Where was Cunning Mac Stadium?
Do you want to know where back in the day comes from? Expressions derived from African American or hip hop slang, dating back to the late 1970s and early 80s. Cassell's Dictionary of Slang describes it as black teenage slang, meaning roughly once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I want to find a motherfucker.
Slate.
But they don't give us
I
names.
would like
No.
to find
They don't-
whoever it was that gave that definition, because that's bullshit.
it's on gramophobia.
Gramophobia?
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh,
Gramophobia.
gramophobia. Okay.
All right.
Broad Street and something.
But you know, okay, if you know where the
I know,
Broad Street station is, on the train that goes from Pendle down into Philadelphia, there's a Broad Street station.
North Philly Station.
Yeah, North Philly Station. And if you get off there, you can look right across and see nothing.
that's where it was.
That's where it was.
I used to
I'm a
get
bit
up there
older,
and
pushing
beat up
40.
The broad no-go.
Really?
think so. Broad no-go.
I started to say,
Huh?
I
Broad
couldn't
no
get on
guns.
the train.
Yeah.
I think that's where it was.
I mean, it was like
Might
a
be
block,
nicer
2 blocks.
I'm just sitting there thinking about some of the people who never heard of some of those players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've watched some of those players. I was fortunate enough to.
Oh, they were great. I mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
back in the
Ask
day,
questions.
What? Oh.
Once upon
I
a
think
time.
I
Do
just
you want me to
had
read
fucking
more
Yeah.
from the website?
Robin Roberts just passed away.
All right. Yeah, that was what was so cool about it. I mean, I didn't think I did realize it at the time, because like I could see their faces. They were people.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize how good it was until I went down to
That stadium.
the fucking ants.
The
So it's more like-
Cedar
twice
Dome.
the size.
Like the Trenton Thunder, you know, that's a small stadium,
Yeah.
right?
About the same size.
That's about what Connie Mack was, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was cool. And they had baseball players there. It wasn't like that place where he took me fishing. So. We made up for it with the baseball players. Just a couple. The map of the world is wrong. Imagine my surprise when I found out beyond a shadow of a doubt that the map of the world is wrong. Not slightly, but completely off the beam. The map of the world should include Cleveland, not Cleveland, Ohio. There is no Ohio. There is no United States, no Canada, no North America. There is only Cleveland, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm not finished. The Grand Canyon is in Cleveland. We all live in Cleveland. Mount Rushmore is in Cleveland. The Mississippi River runs through Cleveland. The United Nations of Cleveland is in Cleveland. No Asia, no Europe, no Australia, no South America, no Africa, no polar ice caps, no nothing. Just Cleveland. Now ain't that a kick in the pants?
Maybe that's the next trip, go to Cleveland, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that would be
That's
fun.
the only fucking thing there.
So,
And it should be in Philly.
It really should be.
they get a tax break in Cleveland.
I can't,
I'm sure.
I can't imagine how they fucking got that. All right.
Money talks.
All right, two more. All right. Limitations. The best of me has limitations, lots of limitations. For instance, I'll never be accused of being a lyrical poet. If anything, I might be tagged with being an urban pedestrian poet. I grew up with bricks, concrete, blacktop, street and alleys, hucksters, front steps, no grass, one tree in the middle of the block where bare knuckle contests in the middle of the street, trolley cars and subways, factories, lumber yards, trolley car barns, bars on damn near every corner, grocery and candy stores on damn near every other corner, blue-collar workers for fathers, except one guy on the block who worked in a bank, one Chinese laundry per neighborhood, and no flowers anywhere.
That's sad, that's why.
Yeah, it's sad.
Go on.
It's sad. It's very sad. Do you
They didn't
think-
have flower boxes back when you were a kid?
Yeah, my brother ate all the dirt. He did. He was a dirt eater. What can I say?
One in every neighborhood.
Then you go to Arizona.
I thought he was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be in heaven out there. Crazy. All right, what do we got? Okay, this is called history. It ain't the words in books. It ain't no artist's rendering that makes history. It's the ghost in old abandoned factories, in old abandoned theaters, in old abandoned churches, in the ruins of any city or countryside, in old abandoned fortresses, abandoned farms, barns, farmhouses, in the hollows of trees, between and behind every tree, in every forest, in every country on the planet, on sunken ships. Abandoned lighthouses, abandoned schools, abandoned homes of every stripe. Ghost ships drifting untamed at sea. Ghost ships drifting unmanned at sea. In the ashes of the library at Alexandria, the rubble and the streets of Dresden. But no words, never words or pictures or paintings. History is told in the stillness, in the silence of the ghost of those who lived and died it.